Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Brown-Ramirez versus Wayne.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Ms. Brown-Ramirez, you are here in court today because you say you're hoping to save your 10-year relationship with the defendant, Mr. Wayne.
Yes, Your Honor.
You state you have 3 children with him, but confess that your 9-month-old daughter may not be his biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wayne, you argue that Ms. Brown-Ramirez has lied and deceived you throughout your relationship.
Yes,
You
Your Honor.
warn, if the results reveal you are not the father, you will walk away and never look back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms.
Without a
Brown-Ramirez, explain how this decade-long relationship has now become so toxic.
Well, Your Honor, every other day it's a constant battle of whether or not I'm cheating, I'm lying, and I'm here because, you know, we have 3 kids, and I'm woman enough to be here and say that there's a possibility that my 9-month-old daughter is not Mr. Wayne's. I did lie to Mr. Wayne, but
Man, since
he's
day one,
always
you've been
saying
lying
that
about
I'm
everything. You
cheating,
lied
I'm
about
lying.
who you was.
Okay,
lied about
but
how many people.
I
you
lied
been
about
with.
who she
honest about that, Your Honor.
Yeah. When I asked her about how many people she been
But
with
10
before
years,
me,
Your Honor, he knew this fact, and, you know, I didn't force him to stay in this relationship. He decided to stay.
So you were upset because she didn't openly admit how many sex partners she had had previously?
Your Honor, nobody
Your
is
Honor.
perfect.
Most women lie about how many sexual partners they've had in the
Your Honor.
past.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And they usually make the number smaller. And most men lie about
Right.
how many sexual partners they've had, and they usually make the number a little larger. So, did you think she was cheating on you throughout your relationship?
yes.
Every day, it was
That's right.
constantly, you're a liar, you're a cheater. Every name in the book you can think of, I was it.
So this has been a decade-long on and off relationship. Why'd you stay? Why do you continue to come back?
Exactly.
Because the whole reason me coming back to her while she was pregnant with my daughter, my first child, is a simple fact of me not ever having a dad.
You really want that family,
Yes.
that life you didn't have. You want to
Yes.
give that to your children.
Yes.
Right, and so do I, Your Honor, but every day constantly accusing me of cheating, accusing me of lying, saying that, oh, you doing this and you doing that. Why would you want to be in a relationship with somebody like that? It's not making
And
any
so
sense. It's not logical.
you do now admit, Ms. Brown-Ramirez, that you lied.
Yes, I do.
You did lie.
I did lie. But
And
I
now-
became honest with him and I told him. So it's not like he just has no idea up until this day.
Moving forward, let's get to the children. You have doubts about 2 children. I want to start with the 9-month-old first. Tell me exactly what happened as to why your 9-month-old is in question.
Well, Your Honor, we were separated in the month that I had conceived. And I was dealing with someone else. Being that I never had a father, I chose to go back to Mr. Wayne because I felt like he always manipulated me into being with him, saying, oh,
No,
you
you're
know,
just trying to take advantage of me. That's it.
you never had your daddy, you want your daughters to grow up to be like you, and I don't understand why, you know, you just want to go out and do this and do that, and, you know, you don't want a father for your children. But in all reality, I do.
Little
It's
do
just
you
the fact
know,
I can't
you the
deal with
reason
him
that I'm still
accusing
here.
me
You the reason I'm
of
still here. Because look at you. Look
cheating,
how you turned
lying.
out.
10 years.
Look how you
That's in
turned
the
out.
past.
That's why I'm still here.
It's in the past.
Look how
though.
you turned
it's
out.
In the past. It's just a
You
choice.
think I want them girls
I
to
made
grow up
that
like
choice
you?
and I changed.
And so you were intimate with another man.
Right.
Did
And
you
I
use
expressed that to him.
protection
No, I
during
didn't.
this? You
At
did
that
not.
point, no, I did
Was it a one-time thing, or did
Nope.
you have a continuous
That one time I did
relationship?
not use protection.
And during the same time, you were intimate with Mr. Wayne.
Yes, Your Honor.
What point did you begin to realize that baby Eremiah may not be Mr. Wayne's biological
Doing her
child?
thing.
When I got pregnant with her, when I first conceived.
So you knew instantly, when you found out you were pregnant, you knew at that
Yes,
moment.
I did, but I was scared. I didn't know how he would react based on the fact that in the past we had issues, and one day he say, "Oh, we'll work it out," and then 2 days later it's, "Oh, I don't want you. You a liar. You a cheater." I'm every name in the
Man,
book.
look, every
name
way
in
I
the
gotta
book.
look at your
Nobody
belly.
knows what I've been through.
I gotta look
with
at
this
your
man,
belly every
but
way.
me and him.
I'm trying
so
to sit there
therefore,
and rub
how
on
can
the
you
belly,
just
and I can't
say
even
that
rub on
I'm
it pridefully.
not who you want me to be, and I made that change? to be with you. And now, oh, if she's not mine, I'm gonna walk away. But you've been in her life for the past 9 months. So how can you just say, I'm gonna walk away from a child that possibly is not mine? And you've been there knowingly that she's probably not yours.
So, Mr. Wayne, how do you respond to that? Because truthfully, I understand your doubt, first off, but I feel almost as if you're at war. A part of you says, I want to be the father I never had, and I keep going back to this woman because I want to be there for the children. I want to create this family.
Yes,
and then, and the next breath, she says, you're calling her names.
Every day. Nobody knows but me and this man right here. Every day, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other, and I'm tired of it. I'm really, truly, honestly tired of it. If you don't want to be with me, don't be with me. You can still be there for your kids.
I'm not going to deny
you don't have to be with me to have a relationship with your kids.
But on the same token, you trying to throw me all under the bus.
No,
right?
you trying to throw me under the bus like you Mr. Perfect, like you an angel. You ain't never did nothing. Perfect. It takes two, not one. Two.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So, Mr. Wayne, she's admitted that she's cheated. That's wrong. You've admitted you've cheated. That's wrong. You also say you want to create a family. You want to make things better. You want to have the family, the children to have the family you didn't. What I'm trying to understand is, if you want to do that, how can you do that and be verbally abusive to their mother? And I'm not saying your doubt isn't warranted, because you have a valid reason to be doubtful. And she's admitted that.
But if you don't want to be with me, just say that. You can still be there for your kids.
So, Mr. Wayne, throughout the pregnancy, were you there? Did you attend doctor's appointments? Were you supportive?
Yes, I was, Your Honor. And
you were?
Not even 5 minutes after I had her, he took her out of my arms and just, they had a bond. You know what I mean? It was like they're inseparable at this point in time. And for him to constantly say that, oh, well, if she not mine, I'm gone. I'm not coming back. You chose to stay.
That's
Nobody
when I start
forced
to have
you. I
more
told you
doubts
plenty
of
of
her
times
being
you
mine.
could go.
And why?
The baby don't look like me. I'm real dark. She real light. I also have evidence right here to prove that.
You have.
Let me see that evidence. Jerome, would you pass that?
Her nose don't look like mine. Her eyebrows.
This is a picture of Aramaya.
Yes.
On the left, and a picture of you.
Yes.
Is that your doubt expression? Okay. Moving forward. You don't feel like there's any physical similarity. You don't see it.
I mean, I guess
one day she does look like him, and one day she doesn't.
I'm still battling with it to this day, because it be points where I'm holding my baby and I'm like, and she did say she probably not mine, and I started looking at her like, and it's kind of hard for me to be the father that I know I can be to the fullest potential without actually knowing for sure.
Despite the fact that you've said some pretty harsh things, it seems like this really hurts you, because I can see in your eyes when you talk about holding your baby and looking in her eyes and loving her, and yet always having to fight with that doubt. That's hurtful, right? Yeah. It's almost haunting, it seems like.
All the names I'm being called and everything that he says about me in front of my daughter is hurtful, because I have to look at her.
It's hurtful, and it's also your fault, though.
Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. Now you're standing here, Mr. Wayne, and you're saying, if these children aren't yours, even though they look to you as their father, you're ready to bounce on these kids, that you're going to leave.
Right, and what kind of man does that make you?
You cheated, I found out about it. Hey, my baby already here, so I'm like, I'm trying to be in my baby life. So do I skate out, bounce out like a coward, like most people do? Do I bounce out, or do I try to strategize and come up with alternatives and stuff like that in order to keep me in these girls' life?
So, Miss Brown-Ramirez, in your heart of hearts, do you believe your daughter is Mr. Wayne's biological child?
Because honestly, I feel as if She looks identical to him and his siblings and his nieces and nephews. You know, they have very strong genes, and I see it in her. Every day that I look into her eyes, that is what I see. And for him to just call me all these names in front of her, it hurts deeply. And nobody seems
But
to understand.
in your statement to the court, ma'am, you said that during that time, you did sleep with more than one man.
Other than Mr. Wayne, yes, it was one other person.
One other person.
One other person.
And you think that the date of conception, you did the calculation, it leads back to the other man.
Correct, Your Honor.
And she told me this, so why wouldn't I have doubt?
She was honest with you about the dates and the...
After me
Hey, Your
grilling
Honor.
her.
How did
arguing
those
about the
dates
fact.
add up?
I did my research.
That's
And
it
I
here?
came up
Jerome,
with the
please let me see
conception
this. This is the research you did concerning the window of conception?
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, Jerome. You were able, through this app, to determine the window of the conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you intimate with the other man during that window of conception?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yep, because we were separated.
Okay.
We were separated and still
And
kicking
how
it.
about Mr. Wayne?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you intimate with him during those days, that week as well?
It was about a week after.
You know, it's obvious your concern is that the evidence, as you did your research and did the calculation, it points to the other man.
Yes, Your Honor.
And your fear is that your whole family is going to be destroyed because of your mistake.
Yes, Your Honor.
It ain't like we already like. It ain't like we not separated, you know. But if you know any of them come back not to be mine, then it will be zero coming back. Like nothing. Like nothing.
Well, I think it's time for the results. Jerome?
Your Honor, she also has a 4-year-old boy that I also doubt due to once again her own confessions, her own mouth.
Right, my own
So you
confession.
not only doubt the 9-month-old,
My 4-year-old.
you also doubt the 4-year-old is yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
But he didn't start doubting my 4-year-old until I told him about my 9-month-old.
Mr. Wayne, Ms. Brown-Ramirez, respectfully, I'd like to get into that after we get these results, and then I will most certainly hear testimony concerning the 4-year-old, okay? Are we ready for these results?
Yes, Your Honor.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Brown-Ramirez v. Wayne, when it comes to 9-month-old Eremiah Wayne, Mr. Wayne, it has been determined by this court that you are her father.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
One wait. That's one wait.
And that's why I'm here, to give you your answers and your proof, to show you that you don't have to mistreat me.
And I'm already starting to respect you a little bit more because of it, because I just found out some good news.
Now that you know the doubts that haunt you,
Yeah, it's over. It's over. Where's
it's
she at?
done.
Right, and I'm hoping that from this day forth, I'm not every name in the book, and I'm not a cheater, and I'm not a liar.
Mr. Wayne, you've got to stop being verbally abusive. You've got to stop the name calling.
In front of my
And
kids, though.
I need you to understand this. This is the mother of your child. At least we've established with this 9-month-old. You are her father.
It's all a learning experience.
Listen,
I'm still
I know
learning.
this isn't going to be overnight. And the reason why I know it's not going to be overnight is because we still have another situation to deal with. So I understand there are still doubts concerning the paternity of your 4-year-old. And I have those results as well. Jerome, the envelope. This is something that's very serious and it continues to affect your family as well. I would like to read these results to you in my chambers because I have something I need to say to the both of you. I'll meet you there. Court is adjourned. So I have the results. concerning your 4-year-old child. You doubt whether or not you're the biological father, and I wanted to read them here in my chambers. You know, there has been such an incredible lack of trust in this relationship. It has led to not just verbal abuse, but just the breaking down of a family, and you all not being able to just see more than 2 feet in front of you what the future will hold. And I want that resolved once and for all. In the case of Brown-Ramirez versus Wayne, when it comes to 4-year-old Aramis Wayne Jr. Mr. Wayne, you are his father, okay?
I never had a doubt in my mind about my 4-year-old.
But he did.
Right.
And you understand
I do understand
that the infidelity and the lying created the doubt about the 9-month-old. And that's what I need you to understand about a lack of trust. You have to decide in this relationship what you want to feed, lies or the truth. I wish you the best of luck and congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.